Hey, my scrapping peeps. Welcome to a face-to-face as such. I am going to film a bit of a craft room tour for you. It's been a bit since I've been in front of the camera, so I feel like I'm not looking at you. Yeah. Anyway, so this craft room, we moved into this house in August last year, 2022, and it has a separate area to the house. Like it's like I guess not a storage shed, but, one of those things. And I took it as my craft room, which is good because we don't really have a lot of space in the house. There's not that I could probably have turned this into. But it's really nice. It's peaceful. I can blast my music when I want to get creating. And, yeah. So I thought I would give you a sneaky peek. I've been going to do this for a while, but I've never been given enough time to get in front of the camera. So this is what I'm going to do. So you can see my space, my lovely crafting desk, everything, my calyx, storage area. And there was this ready lounge in here. As you can see, I kind of use it to more storage sort of stuff. But we can, you can sit out here and whatever. Sometimes the kids will come out and sit and chill with me. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a quick little zip around of the space that I'm creating in. So I will flick the camera around so you can see it. But if you have any questions or anything you want more info about, please let me know in the comments. Most of the storage stuff really I've got the idea from other people, predominantly the lovely Inky Quill. But yeah, I like to watch lots of craft room tours. So I'm going to start with my calyx and flip you around. All right, so I have 2 of the calyx shelves sitting up. This lounge is a real nightmare to move, so it stayed where it is. So zipping these in, it sort of had to configure it around the lounge. But as you can see, it's 2 of the units together. And then I've got some pretties on top. Lovely, lovely. But just coming in, so this shelf here is a bit of kind of like a tools shelf. So I have in that white bucket my fuse tool, there's punches, my good old diamond press from back in the day is sitting in the back there. My heat fuse mat thing is down in behind there. And then there's some twine and, what do you call it? Thread. God. You can tell it's nighttime because my brain is starting to shut off. Now, this is from IKEA. It is a stationery thing from memory in their stationery section. I have done what most crafters, I believe, have done and flipped it. No, not flipped it. These are not sitting in properly. So if you can, you probably can't see, but in the back, this doesn't go all the way. Normally it would hold A4 papers, but it obviously is holding my 12 by 12. So they sit quite well. It's all good. I don't have any issues. As you can see, I've sorted by colour. Now, this isn't all the paper I have. Oh, love, love, love. So there's some just randomly sitting on top. I then have, I think these are Word papers down the bottom. And the reason I do this is I generally scrap by colour and a hint of theme, but generally colour. So I thought the best way to organise my craft room was to do colour. So as you can see, there's all colour in there. Now, in these boxes, one of these somewhere, I then also have it by theme along with others, as you can see, on more colour, those sorts of things as well, but we'll get to that. I'm not going to go through all the tubs because they're all pretty much labelled and make this a really long video. I'm just going to zip around, like I said. So all my 6x6 paper pads with some of the big ones at the back. I've stopped buying these because I don't use them enough. I should. I was going through a stage where I was using them to back cut files, but I kind of haven't been. Been a bit lazy with those. All right, these 2 tubs, that's basket is also a Kmart purchase, but some of this is a bit older, so I don't know if they've still got it around. These 2 are fridge organisers from Kmart. As you can see, organised by sort of either theme papers, cut aparts, colour, and then we start to get into the collections as such, or designer. And then there's another one over here. So this is sort of all the Aussie one, and this is the main one I usually seem to reach for. But I literally just finished doing a layout and used some cocoa vanilla and flutter by there. This I think is also an organiser from Kmart, and in it's just got all my coloured, cardstock and other bits and pieces like that. There are my chipboard sheets. I don't have a lot, so I don't need a big storage space. And then my white cardstock. So I generally use the American Crafts cardstock for my Cameo, because it's the only cardstock I find that cuts well on the Cameo. When I'm doing mixed media, I do try and use the smooth Kaiser Craft cardstock, because this stuff's really expensive here in Australia. So the Kaiser Craft isn't. So I try and, make the buck go a while. So that's the top layer. Then down the bottom here is all my mixed media supplies, gessos, texture pastes, paintbrushes, all of that sort of stuff. Then next to it is all my paper pads, my big paper pads, the 12x12 ones, and that's just sitting on top of one of those kitchen organisers from IKEA. Underneath is literally just random bits that didn't have a home. In behind this little beauty, that's an Inky Quill original, are my sticker books and sticker sheets, something I do not reach for anywhere near as much. Like you can see, I was a big happy planner girl once, and so that's what a lot of this is, but I'm trying to get into the habit of reaching for my stash. There's something on my floor I keep stepping on. This is all my Jane Davenport stuff. So I did get a little bit from my stepdaughter because she ended up not using it. So watercolours, all the different things. I was getting into the Jane stuff. So those buckets there contain like collage, Jane Davenport specific collagey stuff, and that's got more of the paints and acrylic ink things in there. I was getting into the drawing. I'm not a drawer, but I haven't gone back to it. There's never enough time in the day, so I would like to at some point when life is not so crazy. As you can see, storage. Now this bottom bit is embossing, and I think stamp. Yeah, so just a bucket of stamps, and again, don't use very much, should use more. And all my embossing powders, again, don't use enough. This one is all my journals and drawing stuff, or travels notebooks, sorry, not journals. And then another box of random stuff that I probably should go through properly. I think it's all like Brads and all of those things, which I don't use a lot of. This is just a box of stuff that we got when I went to the Create by the Lake by Retreat by Flutter by Designs. It doesn't exist anymore. It was awesome, epic time. So we got that to create with, which is really cool. So one day I'll get to scrapping those. This was a shelf that I had for all our wedding stuff. So keepsakes, binder that had all the info and all of that. So I've been doing the wedding album. So I just pull bits out from there and slot them in, if there's some little memorabilia stuff as well. So that just is staying like that for now. That's a spare folder. This is right underneath my shelf. So one of the things when I organise is what I use a lot. So things that are heavy also go at the top. Things I use a lot and things that are like items I put together. So mixed media. So these are all my art journals and stencils. Where's my folder of my stencils? Oh, no, it's there. So my stencils are organised in this. Oops, sorry. Rough camera work. So as you can see, like that. And then I just add in as I go as best as possible. And we'll rearrange as the collection ends up getting bigger. Oh, one-handed, sorry. Down the bottom here, Project Life. These have cut files. This has cut files. Sometimes I will come out and just do a batch cut of my, cut files, and pop them in this spare binder. And in behind there is just all my like extra sleeves and stuff. I have them in a folder. All right, this bin has all my tissue paper and that sort of textury stuff. As you can see, very well organised. This one has spare supplies. So as you can see, plenty of the bags, foam, and that stuff there. What is in here? I don't know. This is just randomness, I think. Oh, these are attempts at collage. So I kept like calendars that had really cool photos, and I sometimes try and use them as a focal image. Obviously not enough because I didn't even know what was in there. But yeah, so as I said, my key to this is making sure things are, so papers are all together, and things that I will reach for. So like I could have put the paper pads, for example, over there, but my desk is right there, so I'm going to wheel over and grab something really easily. So I just wanted stuff close by. Yeah. All right, next up is my desk. So as you can see, it's two now of the IKEA desks. One is a corner and one is just your normal standard one together. And it fitted in really well because it slots into the corner. And as I said, needed to design this room with the big lounge in mind. So again, have this little shelf piece that came as an addition to the desk, and it stores it's great for my Cameo. So when I'm using my Cameo, I can pull it down off there and the paper just slides into the little gap that's there. You can see where my mat is. So it's perfect. I don't generally print photos off there, but it is a good spot for it. And I just store my extra pieces there for my Canon selfie. This here again is my scrap drawers. Again, sorry, color coordinated. Did it like this to try and encourage me to organize my scraps as opposed to having them in a big box, as well as use them. And I do, which is good. It's working. All right, over this way, this little caddy came from Aldi. And it actually is part of my couch scrapping stuff, but I can cart it out to my room from inside because it has all my adhesives. It has stickers for what I might be working on. So, for example, the wedding album is being done a lot on the couch, and it slots in nicely actually now there. Trimmer, tripod, camera. These drawers are from Spotlight here in Australia. This was an Inky Quill special as such. So I went through, and a lot of my die cuts, ephemera pieces, everything go in there, as you can see, are labelled. Let me move this. Oh, sorry. There's obviously some spare drawers, but labels is something that, too many of. But that's because I get a lot of labels and florals and things in my kit that I get each month from Kitaholic Kits. I really would love some more ephemera pieces, but yeah. Little fern, wipes. Again, you can see what that is. My dryer, paper towel for mixed media, extra little cutter. Great for cutting the selfie photos, like when I print them as 3x4s side by side. It works really well. This little thing I made forever ago. It's a Kaiser Craft DIY kind of thing, and it changes, but, well, the back of it changes as to what I store in it. It's usually sticker sheets at the moment. It's got some extra white paper for when I, want to mat some photos, but otherwise it holds all my basic sort of every day type tools for scrapping, stamps, all of that sort of stuff you can see there. Oh, one thing. I forgot to show you the drawers. This is my printables. I get the Patreon, Inky Quill Patreon printables each month, so I store them in there. Not sure I like that, but I can't figure out a storage method for them that I like the best. Anyway, these drawers store extra adhesive, extra cutters, and my foam, because the craft foam doesn't fit in the usual drawer that was this. And the other drawer holds all my stuff for if I've got vinyl, which I had for my Cameo. Mind blank. So I have now 2 trolleys. One is your typical Rascog. One is literally a bathroom trolley thing from Kmart that we were using for the kids' craft or my daughter's craft. She no longer uses that much. So I took everything off it and have decided to play around with some other bits and pieces that I added to my room. So at the top, we've got puffy stickers and things like that all sorted together, little alphabet stickers, word phrase stickers, random bits, stamps and washies, acrylic spray things that came from my scrappy bestie. Most of those sprays did actually. She had duplicates, so I got some. But that's just to try and reach for things a bit more than I do. Now, this trolley has just been rearranged as I originally had it as part of my couch scrapping kit, but it was getting too bulky inside, so I took it out. I originally had it for when I was doing my niece's baby albums, so I took everything off it on the weekend and have rearranged it. It's not perfect, but at the top holds my Officeworks little handy organiser. Can't think of what it's called, but it's got all my kit in it for the Kitaholic kits. At the moment, that's a mix mash of 2 kits. Then the next shelf has some little sticker books and ephemera packs that don't really have a collection to go in, and they're not up to being separated as yet into my drawers. More random embellishments, Project Life cards at the back there that haven't been sorted into the box, but they're more printable ones as well. And then down the bottom, this is how I store my photos when I print them if I haven't put them into an album. So, for example, I just did 3 months worth of editing and a month's worth of printing that have gone into that box right now. I wasn't going to put them into albums yet, mainly because I can't remember where I got up to in 2021's albums, so I have to go back and try and figure that out. So I started at the end of 2022 and I'm working my way backwards until such time as I figure out where I was up to. But that's my trolleys. So yeah, that's, as I said, it works for now, and I'm constantly changing it around, as in the way things might better organised if I see stuff. Oh, forgot my drawers. So the IKEA drawers, top shelf, wood veneer and flare badges and bits and pieces there. Next drawer is the more wood veneer and sequins and sparkly things. This one here is an original how I was organising my stuff according to collection, but then my stash got bigger and I was doing by colour. So these don't get used as much as they should or could, I guess, because I forget about them. So I need to reach for them a bit more, I guess. Next is some more mixed media. So these are all paints, acrylic paints and anything to do with that. So like the sponges and my gelatos. And then, this drawer is all my inks and stuff like that. So, and anything to do with that. So nice and easy and organised. My thickers, what I think of it, are in this box, which is overflowing. So I either need to stop purchasing them or find a bigger box. Thinking column B. But anyway, we shall see. Sorry. All right, so yeah. So this is my space. I love it. I'm thinking of seeing about putting some pictures and things on the wall or decorating with some of my layouts. Yeah, but other than that. Now this book, actually, I'll tell you this little basket over here has a kit that I've started for documenting our holiday away at the end of last year. So I brought a heap of stuff from Scrapping Clearly on our way back home because we came through Gundagai. But also from my stash, any travel themed sort of stuff, whatnot. So yeah, that's what's in there. But yeah, this is my space, my lovely space. This door here just goes to like a little storage room. I'm not opening that. That's an abyss. It's got boxes in it and things that need to be sorted properly. But yeah, and then I know it's dark outside and you can see my dog and me, but double doors, screen, everything, so I can shut it over. I've got my little heater for now it's getting into winter, but I also have the screen doors for when it's summer. And sometimes when it's warm, I will open up the doors in the morning and let the fresh air through so it doesn't get too musty. But yeah, I'll flip it back. So as I said, that was a very quick run through of my space, but I have been wanting to share it with you. And I say I'm a lot. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, I just wanted to share along. If there's any storage things you want more information on, as I said, I just was whizzing through it. I'm not making this some big, long, huge craft room tour, detailed craft room tour. Some of it you've already seen, supplies-wise and things like that. It's more about the layout and the configuration of this space now, more than anything else, and how I'm maybe redoing some of the stuff that I had not had before, such as the scrap drawers and those sorts of things are all a bit new. But yeah, that is my space. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like any info, leave it in the comments, and I will get back to you. Have a regular, well, trying to have a bit of a regular schedule of videos. So I'm trying to probably upload on a Wednesday and maybe a Saturday or a day on the weekend as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Don't forget to hit like and let me know you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, notifications, all those things, so you can see what's coming up. But yeah, I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.